of citizens.
The people it kills get up and kill.
Are they slow-moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
This is a Walking Dead Cast news update.
Okay, first one comes from LATimes.com. I'll just read an excerpt. A planned shoot-'em-up theme park ride promises to let fans of The Walking Dead travel through scenes from the show, take aim at hordes of zombies with an arsenal of weapons. It's pretty cool, huh?
Ooh, that's, yeah, 5 stars, man.
5 stars on that one. It's called The Walking Dead Battle for Survival. It's an interactive shooter 3D dark ride featuring animatronic figures, zombies, or physical sets, digital projections, and special effects. I went on the Cars ride at California Adventure Park.
Yeah.
And they had a combination of animatronics but they would project the mouth and eyes onto them, so it looked like the characters just jumping right out of the cartoon. Ooh. It was really great. So these really rides are getting awesome.
Did Nico love it? He must have loved it.
Yes, he did. And then you actually get to race somebody else at the end because you're all in your own individual cars with like 3 or 4 people in each car.
Oh, that's awesome.
Really neat. But this says the attraction's backstory turns riders into survivors of a zombie apocalypse where the mission is to collect supplies and fend off walkers. Fail and a walker zombie eats you, succeed, and you live to fight another day. So you may get eaten.
Excellent.
Go ahead.
I was just thinking it would be fun to do it where you got eaten and do it again when you survive.
Yeah, like Walking Dead Escape.
Yeah.
I guess they don't know where it's going to be yet. They're just building it and then they'll sell it to a theme park. This article is speculating maybe Six Flags, but we don't know yet.
Oh, no, sell it to Disneyland.
This article said they don't think Disney would do it because I don't know why. Maybe AMC owns Walking Dead and those affiliate, or maybe it's just because Disneyland is too Disney for that.
Yeah, The Walking Dead is fairly dark.
Horrific, yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing too dark that it has attached itself to Disney, I don't think. Except maybe Bambi's mom.
Next, AMC confirmed that was Dwight in last week's episode. I was speculating he was Dwight from the comics, and so they said his name was Dwight.
Right, which means a lot to comic readers. It means very, very little to me.
Right, and I don't want to tell you because it would be a spoiler, so you can go ahead and give it 2 stars. If you want.
I'm going to give that 1.
Okay, darn. I'll try better on this one. No, I don't think you're going to like this one either. It's Fear the Walking Dead Season 1 will be on Blu-ray December 1st. So a show you don't like is available for pre-order.
1 star.
Oh, man, that's pretty low. All right. And then finally, not finally, but next on Talking Dead, which you saw, they asked Stephen Yeun how he feels now that the cat's out of the bag. He said, I feel relieved. I feel very grateful. I feel so amazed at the response. I feel bad that I couldn't say anything to everyone, family and friends. I'm pretty sure I've lost friendships along the way. But yeah, it's kind of been overwhelming. I didn't even really know how to take it all.
He also went on, I didn't see Into the Badlands, which is the next show that comes on after The Walking Dead. But apparently he came on sometime in one of the commercial breaks and said something to the fans. I was wondering if you knew what it was.
I have a clip here. It's not a very good clip because I think this is somebody recording their TV, but here you go.
I've been following everything you've been saying, and it's meant so much to me to see all of your support and concern for Glenn. The Walking Dead has the best fans in the world, and I'm happy to be back.
So I should get at least 3 stars for having that queued up.
Yes, that is. You know what? I'm giving you 4.
Wow, that's great.
You're good.
And then Hardwick, I guess, asked him what Glenn's survival symbolizes, and he said, I think it proves that this world can still take that story of the good guy winning sometimes. Yay!
That's great. Yeah, he said that, and I did pay attention to that, and I was like, that's so nice.
Mm-hmm. But he'll eventually die horribly, I'm sure. But at least for now, that's really cool. Okay. And the last one is not Walking Dead related, but maybe of interest to some of you. A Game of Thrones teaser has showed up, I think on the web maybe. It shows a certain character. I don't think I want to say because it might be a spoiler, although this is the ad that they're putting out. But anyway.
Yep, a poster. I've seen it.
Yeah. It's a certain character that a lot of people will be excited to see on a poster. And it says April because there was speculation that it wouldn't start until May this year, but April. So it's coming in April. We'll be doing our Game of Microphones podcast with Sans Karen, but hope you guys will join us anyway. Should be a interesting cast. We're still figuring out what hosts are going to be on there, but it should be fun. I think it's really cool that they show him. It's like, well, everybody's already speculating it anyway.
Yes.
Let's not be coy. Let's just show something.
Yeah, they're pretty in your face about it.
I like that.
I like it too.
Yeah.
There's
it's a good, you feels like they have their finger on the pulse.
Right. There's drenched in blood, and there it is, coming in April.
Yeah, he's coming back. That's super cool. I'm excited.
Yeah.
All right, let's move along to listener moans, groans, and grunts. Rawr, 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 rawr.
First one comes from Eric Sherman, who says, "Happy early birthday, Karen." Woo! Thanks,
Yay.
Eric Sherman. Thanks, baby. I'm having my birthday the day before Thanksgiving. And
Nice. Do you have any plans?
because it's the day before Thanksgiving, everybody's busy kind of getting ready for Thanksgiving. So, no. But during the weekend, I mean, my parents always do that. It's very, very sweet.
Cool. All right. Heather McKim says, "Yay, Glenn."
Well said. Rima Joe says, "Great episode. So happy to have Glenn back, but makes me sad for possible things to come." I don't know what you're implying, Rima Joe.
Glenn's horrible death. Becca Fun, I guess, says, "I'm so glad that Glenn is alive. When we thought he died a few episodes ago, it really seemed like it would be a cheesy stunt if he didn't. But in last night, it was more plausible. So I'm not mad. I'm just happy he's back." Yep, I feel exactly the same way.
Brianna Cummings says,
pretty much.
"Porch Dick Jr. with a gun. I think that equals bad news for Carl." God, yeah. Thank God the walls came down. That probably spared Carl.
I love that.
Porch Dick Jr.
Porch Dick Jr.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I give you 5 stars, Brianna. Maureen Stewart says, "Hey, good news. Glenn, balloons, party. All the walkers are invited through this exclusive Fallen Tower entrance. Wee."
That's funny. Richard Churchward says, "I too will be forming a prayer circle at 1 p.m. by the solar panels for Carol, Rick, Glenn, Daryl. Okay, for everyone, basically. God be with our friends. I love how intuitive Carol is. Really hoping she takes care of business next week. Hoping Abraham, Sasha, Daryl, Glenn, and Enid are imperative to the saving of Alexandria next week." Yeah, they probably are, actually. You know what? They could drive up in the fuel truck and park in front of the gap, right? And block the entrance?
No.
Maybe no.
Well, for one thing, there's a big tower there.
That's a 5-star idea. Okay, well, yeah, all right.
I mean, I don't know. Would that be cool? It's like, oh no, there's a big hole in the wall and all the zombies are crowded outside. Big cliffhanger next episode. Oh, truck drives up.
5-star idea, people.
Maybe they'll do something with that fuel though. And oh dude, what's gonna happen? The rocket launcher's gonna launch at the fuel truck. Kabloom! Can't believe we didn't figure that out before. It's a grenade launcher, by the way.
Oh,
not a rocket launcher, but close enough. And what was I going to say? Oh, what do you think she's hoping a business that Carol will take care of next week?
the wolf.
More casseroles? Oh, wolf. Okay.
And make a nice casserole.
Jose Estrada says, "Wow, I've missed this show. I think I was phantom menacing the last 3 episodes, i.e. convincing myself they were good when they really weren't." That's totally a thing. I Phantom Menace for sure for like a month afterwards. No, really, the awesome lightsaber fights.
Wow, did you really?
Yeah, you just, with all that build up and anticipation, it was just really hard to admit that it sucked donkey balls.
I hope that the Force Awakens is good.
I know. I can't be as bad as those movies. It just can't.
Do you think we're all going to see people lined up in front of our houses pretty soon?
You mean because the lines are so long they reach all the way?
Yes.
No, I mean, these days that doesn't happen so much. I think there's just too many theaters and multiple screens. I got tickets for the Thursday night and Friday too. I'm going to go with Nico and Chad on Thursday and then Mr. Blog on Friday.
Oh, that's so great.
So I hope it's good, and I don't want to sell my Friday ticket.
That's awesome. Kathleen Bell writes, thinking about the opening of the show where the zombies were moving away from the dumpster. I can't wait to hear Karen doing her distracted, confused zombie sounds. What?
Lenny Rogers says, I thought this episode was awful, boring. Glenn's storyline made no sense.
Heather McKim writes, were you watching it in Spanish? There's a little button that will change language. Okay.
She's saying that to Lenny, who said it didn't make any sense.
Oh.
Which is pretty funny. It's a little snarky. I wouldn't normally put that. I hope you didn't take offense, Lenny, but I just thought it was so funny. And I understand why you might think it didn't make any sense. Okay, Marcy Brinker, our friend Marcy says, at the risk of sounding like a major contradiction, I'm happy Glenn's not dead, and I generally like the episode, but I have lost major faith in the creative team on this show. That was handled so poorly, from the ridiculously impossible situation he managed to get out of, to the ham-fisted, wishy-washy statements released about Glenn's fate, to the removal of Stephen Yeun's name from the credits while still leaving the space for it, to stretching out the wait for answers over several episodes. They've gone to that same trope of making us think someone might be dead a few times before, and have done it better in the past. Carol in the prison, Judith in the car seat. Enough already. This just feels like dishonest storytelling and like they're messing with the audience, not because it makes for a better story, but because they can. I suppose it's great publicity for them to have everyone talking about the show, but ultimately it hurts the show because it doesn't feel like they know what they're doing half the time.
You know, that's a really good point. Do you think that they did that for the publicity of it all?
I don't know. I mean, I hope not. I would like to think not. It's possible, but that would make me like it a lot less. And I don't agree. I don't feel as harshly towards it as Marcy does. I think it was a fine idea, executed kind of poorly, but I totally didn't mind that they wanted to make us think Glenn was dead and then have him pop up a little bit later. If they did it again, then it would suck. But even handled poorly, I still felt really good seeing him again. So I feel rewarded for that storyline, I guess.
Right, right. But really good points, Marcy. Grace Torres writes, holy fuck, Glenn lives. Thank you, Jesus. Great episode.
That's a nice quote.
It is.
Chris Allen says, I feel like there's men out there whose women will make sweet love to them tonight just because they're happy Glenn is alive. I think in 9 months there will be some Glenn is alive babies born.
Wow. I have to say that at 4:00 in the morning when I found out that Glenn is alive, I didn't run in and make the sweet, sweet love with David. Wow, is that a lot of information?
No, that's fine. That's totally fine. 3 stars. It's cute. It's
I'm happy though.
super cute. Okay. It's your turn. Emails.
This one comes from Kate Lohr, who writes, yay, Glenn is alive. Glenn is alive. Yay, Glenn. But after so much speculation that he wasn't really dead and explanation of how that might be possible that it turned out to be spot on, did the opening scene feel a little anticlimactic. It definitely required a big old trip to the department if we're to believe last week a guy lost his arm to a zombie pinned behind a rock, but Glenn didn't incur even the slightest nip while scooting out from under the dead weight into a tiny confined space. But whatever, Glenn's alive, and I'm really, really glad Glenn's alive. So get out of here, disbelief. Nobody asked you.
That's a good point. You know, we saw, like we were pointing out, I think it was last week, it was almost like that guy was asking for the zombie to bite him.
Yes.
And
yeah. And is it Tina who?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, fell like, oh.
Yeah. And then we see like 1,000 zombies piled on top of Glenn, and he doesn't even get one little bite.
Right. Or Spencer falling into a million hungry zombies, and all he does is lose a shoe. I mean, that's you're right. Department of Suspension of Disbelief.
I just thought of it. You've ever played that Hungry Hippos?
Yes.
They could do them with zombies where you push this little lever and the zombie reaches out, but you have like a little, I don't know, Play-Doh guy in the middle.
Yeah.
Just eat little body parts off of him.
Oh my God. You know what? Someone needs to invent that game in time for Christmas. Second point. It's been mentioned twice on Talking Dead now that Glenn has never killed a human. Clearly, he's able to live out Morgan's philosophy, but no one's ever needed to sit Glenn down for talking to. Yeah, excellent point.
Yeah, great point.
He's never let, 5 psycho killers go who then ran up and tried to kill Rick.
No, but he did let Nicholas go, who had just tried to kill him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And then Nicholas killed himself and almost killed Glenn.
Maybe
Third.
Morgan's wrong.
Third, Carol, what the fuck? Telling a kid that killing is the only way to keep from becoming a monster sounds like something a wolf would say. And P.S., a kid that age has not reached the level of cognitive development to be able to process that correctly. Zombie apocalypse or no zombie apocalypse. Could we maybe keep Carol away from the children? She is really not good for them. God, I totally agree.
Funny. I know. I liked that a lot. That was actually in the Facebook comments, but I thought it deserved a little more attention because it was a great message. Next one's from Ryan. Dear Jason and Karen, thank you as always for your hard work on putting together this great podcast. You're welcome. A few random thoughts about last night's episode. Carl is a know-it-all dick. Well, that may be a little harsh, but I thought the way he was talking to the other teen, Ron, during the training session was a bit over the top. And for two guys, Carl and Rick, that have done a good job at surviving this world, to just give this kid a gun and think it's a good idea. Well, that's what they do. Shane was giving Carl a gun too when he was like 7 years old. Anyways, despite my above comments, I'm really enjoying this season and can't wait for the next episode. Right on. Thanks, Ryan.
5-star review. This next one comes from Brian, who says, the reason I'm emailing you is to say thank you. Your willingness to share your real feelings toward last week's episode was really appreciated. You guys are always very honest, but this week's review was spot on. For the first time in a long time while watching, I was contemplating all of the other things I could have been doing. Ironing shirts, picking up dog crap in the backyard, reorganizing my basement, counting the individual hairs on my head, etc. In all sincerity, thanks again for keeping it real. Thanks for 200 episodes and all that you guys do for your loyal Zed heads. Thanks, Brian. 5
That felt really good
stars.
to get that. Yeah,
God, thank you.
like when you are critical, to have somebody thank you for being honest. That's cool, because that's our aim.
That is our aim.
Okay, now it's time for calls. We got a bunch. This is Lauren from Sacramento.
Nicholas was on top of Glenn. 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 Glenn's alive.
That's it.
That's it.
That's like part 2 of his other. Remember the other one?
What was this other one?
He was like, Nicholas was on top of Glenn, right? Nicholas was on top. Nicholas was on top.
Thank you.
This next one is from Bex Maddie.
Yay, Bex Maddie.
Hi, Jason and Karen. It is Bex Maddie from San Jose, and yeehaw! That was a good episode. Okay, so last week I predicted that Enid would save Glenn, and he saved himself, but she helped, so that was really awesome. This was a much better episode than last episode. Love the whole thing. In the end, oh my god, everyone's coming. Zombies are coming. Everyone's going to come save the day. So now I'm going to predict that Abraham is the main one from the group that's going to die, just because at the end of Always Accountable, he just seemed too full of hope and glee and nonsense. And I don't think I can tolerate a love triangle between him and the other two. So no, I think he's going to die. So my son, who for some reason was supposed to be asleep, is not asleep, has come out to help me with this voicemail, and he is going to leave a zombie sound. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, do it. That was pretty wicked awesome. All right. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.
Awesome.
That was great.
That was great.
Among the best, I would say.
Yep. Oh, that's really sweet. Thanks. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well, Bex Maddie.
Yeah, we just met her.
We did. She's lovely.
And it was fun. Here's Des from Ohio.
Hey guys, this is Des. Well, we've been waiting forever and ever. It seems like it's been going on for months. I mean, it's only been like a month, but we finally got what we've been waiting for. We got to see Rosita do something other than stand around and cry or look at somebody with a stink eye. Finally, she gets to do something, and then she gets to make little Eugene go off and crying like a little baby. Oh, yeah, and, Glenn's alive, so we got that, too. Did anybody else notice that Rick is turning into a major dick? I mean, Father Gabriel, I hate him. I want him to die. But all he wanted to do was have a prayer circle, and Rick just follows around tearing down posters. Dick. And then Tara, I was flipping him off right along with her. Okay, well, I'll see you later, guys. Love you, and don't get bit.
Love you too, Des.
You echoed our sentiments there.
Yep.
Then there is a guy named Ruben.
Hey, Jason and Karen, this is Ruben. Listen to all your episodes, long-time listener, and obviously first-time caller. And I just wanted to wish you guys an awesome 200th episode. I just finished listening to it, a little late, but better late than never, I guess. Man, Jason and Karen, dude. Jason, you're just fucking awesome. Karen, fucking hot. Both of you are hot bitches. So I just wanted to hopefully keep chiming in. I'm going to, try and chime in. I listen to you guys religiously. So, you make The Walking Dead even much more palatable. And so just keep up the good work. Happy 200th. And Karen, I hope you're feeling better. Jason, man, you're awesome. And just love what you guys do. And zombie sound or something.
Thank you.
Ruben.
That's really cool.
Love you. It's great.
That was great. I don't usually play those just overtly praiseful ones, but it was for 200th. That's something to be celebrated. But man, I so appreciate that. I felt the passion in your voice, and I'm glad you're listening. So thanks a lot.
Yep.
So nice to hear that.
It's got 5 stars hanging over his head.
10 even. Okay, here is Idris from Orlando.
Hey, it's Idris from Orlando. Long time, no call. How are you guys doing? But I'm pretty sure you guys said it. I knew Glenn was alive. I should have made a bet on this because I had a whole bunch of friends say, oh, he's dead. And I'm like, no, he's alive. I mean, if they don't show him literally getting ripped open, like his own guts and rib cage and all that, he ain't dead. That's what I said. And look at it. He's alive and kicking. So I knew that was going to happen. And general thoughts about this episode, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. It was a lot of tension with the kid. I forgot his name, Mini Dick, Porch Dick, as you guys call him, grabbing those bullets and following Carl. I kind of think I know what's going to happen with that. I'm pretty sure Jason does too. I don't know if they're actually going to go through with it, but let's see what happens. I think it'll be pretty awesome. I enjoyed the Carol, Rick, Michonne, Morgan, little discussion about the wolf. Well, not the wolf, but about him not killing the wolves. And I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. I ain't gonna lie, I was a little drunk when I watched it because I had came home from the comedy show. I went and saw Carlos Mencia last night.
Cool.
He did the show for like 2 hours, but I think I'm gonna have to rewatch it again. But my main takeaway is Glenn is alive for the time being. Anyways, love the show. Keep listening. I'm listening to the Evil Dead cast. I'm
cool.
gonna try to get a call in there eventually.
Yes.
You guys take care. All right. Bye.
Woo! Thanks, Idris.
Great to hear from you. And call into that show. We want to get some more calls into that show. If you're listening anyway. Man, I'm so loving that. Did you see this week's episode?
I haven't seen it yet.
It is Ash on ayahuasca.
Oh, yeah. The crazy drink from South America that makes you have visions.
Like hallucinogenic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's...
It's the best. We laughed our asses off.
Oh, my God. It's great.
So good. You guys who aren't in on that, you should be getting in on it. I swear.
It's great fun. I've seen the first 3. It's wonderful.
Yeah. You're still liking it? Because I think last time I talked to you, you'd only seen the pilot.
Right. And then since then I saw the next 2, and I haven't seen the one on Saturday night, but I cannot wait.
How many stars would you give the show so far?
Oh, 5. I was telling David yesterday, it's so true to the original Evil Dead 2. It's just great. It's just pure Sam Raimi. You can really feel him. It's great to see Bruce Campbell. It's such a fun show.
Bruce Campbell is so good at just being funny, basically,
Yeah. And such a dumbass.
Adult. Yeah.
Oh,
but he delivers those lines so well. So funny. And if you want to know what Idris was alluding to that I might know where this was leading, I think Grace and Mr. Blog will probably talk about that in the comic talk section. So check that out if you're curious.
Coming up.
And yeah, that's actually next. So here it is.
Hey everyone, Mr. Blog here along with Grace. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing just fine. How are you?
Doing very well, and we're here again for another comic talk. Unfortunately, Jason did not join us this time, but we had a few good things to chew on this issue. 2 things that are absolutely straight out of the book, and then some speculation that we're going to leave to the latter half of this.
Yeah, some fun speculation.
Absolutely, to avoid any spoilers. So, why don't you go ahead and take the very first thing that was just ripped right out of the pages?
Well, the first thing that was super similar was the Spencer scene with the climbing rope, and he even lost his shoe like he did in the comic.
Exactly like that. Yeah. I mean, the setup was a little bit different in the comic.
The reasoning was different, yeah. In the comic book, they were going to give supplies to Andrea, who's still in the bell tower. She was trapped kind of in the bell tower there.
Yeah, and of course, Glenn and Heath
went
were
along
with him when with that whole thing. And this was also that point where Glenn was saying, I don't know, I've got a bad feeling about this. I don't think I'm going to make it out. I think that was right around the same time. So,
and he was also saying Spencer seemed like a smart guy. I don't know, I noticed that in my reread today, and that cracked me up a bit.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's feeling that way about Spencer on the show right now.
No, I don't think so.
Handsome as all can be, but yeah,
I agree.
That's about it. He's pretty. Yeah, exactly. Well, then I'd say the other big event that happened that we've really been waiting for this entire season is that wall coming down. Now, again, the setup is different. The way that it happens is totally different in the book. In the book, it's just zombies, so many zombies that the crush of them all is separating a couple of the panels from the what were they using, girders or something, I think, between the panels. So there was a whole lot of the stuff about the construction crew that we're not getting at all in the TV show. Exactly. And about trying to reinforce that section of the wall. And there's a lot of Abraham, there's a lot of Tobin, there's a lot of Rick. In this one, we do get some Rick and Tobin construction, which was actually kind of cool. And I did like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, having the bell tower that the truck hit collapse over through the wall, that's a much more decided sort of breach of the wall than it was.
You're not going to be able to
comic.
push a vehicle against that and keep it up. Or
No, not at all. So that's pretty cool. Was there anything else that was completely, directly lifted from the book that you can think of that you noticed?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so there are a couple other things. So now we're going to say, if you are totally averse to spoilers for what will probably, I mean, at least a couple of things, or at least one thing for sure, happen in the next episode. Well, not for sure, possibly. Then you want to go ahead and skip forward to the end of the show with Jason and Karen. But for those of you who are sticking around, okay. First of all, we have a phone call. We're going to go ahead and play that. So take it away.
Hey, Mr. Blog and Gracie Lou. It's Jason calling from Grand Prairie, Alberta. I have a question about some theories my friends and I have been commenting about based on the show. 2 weeks ago, when Ron was first asking to learn how to shoot, I thought, hey, maybe he's going to try and shoot Rick, and Carl will have the Shane moment from season 1 that we never really got, where he shot somebody alive. But my other friend suggested, you know what, maybe Ron's going to be the one that shoots Carl in the eye. And after last night's episode, I'm thinking that's totally going to be the case. All this stuff goes down, and instead of Deanna losing her crap and shooting somebody, I think it's going to be Ron. I think Ron's going to shoot Carl's eye out, and I'd love to hear what you guys think about it. Thanks. Love your section. Can't wait to hear more thoughts about the show. Okay, bye.
All right, so what do you think, Grace?
I think he's right in that Carl is going to get shot. I'm not quite certain it's going to be Ron. What do you think?
Well, it could be, which I think would be effective and good. I think that would be fine. Part of me thinks they're maybe messing with us comic readers, and that it still will be Deanna.
Maybe
that does that. So, but I on one hand, Deanna is way too optimistic and way too happy right now to live. Yeah. That just can't happen. So I'm pretty sure she will be going down in this next episode. I keep saying pretty sure. I mean, really, I don't know. I don't know squat. But there's that. Plus, I could see her trying to help in the same way that Douglas tried to help in the comic. But, I got this. Run. Bang, bang, bang. And I do believe all of this is going to happen as we get this entire scene of Rick and Carl and Jess. And this is a good one that you feel pretty strongly about.
Well, I've just been waiting since Jessie was introduced for Rick to, lop off her hand or her, more likely her arm. And this one, ever since I saw that owl tattoo on her arm, I'm like, that arm is coming off. But I think my theory is that instead of holding Carl and not letting go, that she already has Judith there, so that she's going to be holding on to Judith and not letting go. And so
maybe that's why the whole arm is going to go.
Yes, and so
because she'll be holding on to Judith.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I just
that's
have been wanting
really
to see that arm laying on the ground since she was introduced.
That's going to be really fucked up. I mean, it was. I do remember that being something that even took me I was a little shocked and oh my god, what happened in the comic. Understandable, but and of course in the comic you had little Ron. He's the reason for the whole freak out with this because he starts, talking too much that he's scared, going through all the zombies, and then he pisses his pants. And it's at that point that the zombies just go on Ron. Jesse can't let go. Carl's holding on to Jesse. So just, as a reminder to everybody. So it is this series of events. Now I'm assuming it's going to be Sam because he's already being set up to be totally afraid of this entire situation.
Ooh, true. Yeah. Though I wonder if he's going to die. I don't know. I feel like he's going to stick around a little bit with Carol, but I don't know. You think he's gone too? Both Sam and Deanna and Jesse.
Yeah, absolutely, and possibly Ron. But I mean, I think so I don't know. Maybe that's going to factor into why Ron ends up shooting Carl in the face if he does.
Maybe.
By the way, thank you for that call. We zoomed right into this and did not even get the appreciation. Thank you very much. It was great to hear from somebody. So I don't know, but I still see a way for it to still be Deanna. I mean, I could see a way to make it be Father Gabriel.
Yeah, it could be any random person, really.
It could be. I mean, is this even when Morgan dies?
This is when not when he's bitten and
when he's bitten. Yeah,
Michonne cuts off his arm. We immediately, but not soon enough. But I can't see that happening.
I
don't
hope
think
not.
his death would have really much effect right now.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know, and he has this whole side story going on with the prisoner. So
But there was a lot of stuff going on. This was a point in the comic where things got
all hell broke loose.
All hell broke loose, and it was an amazing little period of time that I really did love. In that was Rick, kind of realizing, hey, we can manage this. We just have to be systematic about it and just be brutal about it. But the zombies are no longer the real threat. I loved that moment in the comic. I love the way it played out. Yes, how do you think viewers of the TV show are going to react to Carl surviving that? I mean, of course,
I bet they won't make it. I bet they won't make it as serious. Like, I bet his whole entire half of his face isn't going to be blown off. I think it'll be mostly eye and not quite as much face.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense.
But even with just an eye, or even just a less serious one, we don't even have a surgeon. See, in the comic, at least we had a surgeon,
and that's going to be the interesting thing. Yeah, is without our Denise from the comic, who is actually competent, we have this Denise who, well, was just not a medical doctor in that way. Excuse me, I don't mean to disparage what she does. But yeah, to try to fix Carl's face the way it was in the comic, I think would be a little above her pay scale.
Yeah, I would assume, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited
see. Yeah,
for it. I'm as soon as I saw TV Carl in that hat again, I was like, oh, they're gonna take his eye, because in the comic there you get that full page spread with him in the hat and his eye and blown out, and Daddy.
And the show has always been pretty good about recreating certain panels, and it's just Dad. I think it's Dad.
Okay.
And that is, I mean, I remember being genuinely shocked opening the book and seeing that, and just being like, "Holy
no doubt,
fuck!" I mean, that was, and it's just an amazing panel, and you can go back to episode 1 of Under the Comic Covers. You can hear the Charlie Adlard interview we had with him, where we talked about that image and the interesting road that
the
went
research
between Robert Kirkman to Charlie Adlard in terms of coming up with that image and how to draw it correctly, and it's disturbing. So I don't know. Looking forward to that. That's going to be absolutely amazing. But there is one other thing that we wanted to speculate on.
Yeah.
In addition to all that good stuff.
Do you want to talk about it, or me?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say it.
Okay.
So I've always felt a certain lack of Sophia in this whole story since season 2, and she was found in the barn, and it seems as though perhaps Glenn and Maggie may end up adopting Enid.
Yeah.
And I couldn't
definitely
be happier.
see that happening. I know you were so super excited. I like the whole back and forth between Glenn and Enid, and the, I'm not doing it for Maggie anymore comment, and I think that'd be great to see.
Yeah, so would I. And I think, Enid and Carl already do have what seems to be a very nice little relationship, not necessarily a romantic one. Although we all kind of hope so. But I think we all kind of hope so with Sophia, too, as they got a little bit older and more recent issues and these kind of things. So not so much anymore. But things have happened recently. But gosh, I can't really think of too much more, but that really did make me happy to know that Enid may become the no Sophia in terms of Glenn and Maggie adopting her. And I think it happened relatively, I like the way it happened.
Yeah, I did too.
I was really pleased with it. So, I really can't think of anything else.
No, I think that's about it.
Well, gee willikers, why don't we go ahead and allow Jason and Karen to finish up the show?
Let's do.
All right, everybody. See you next week. I'm sure the mid-season finale is going to be amazing, and I have a feeling we are going to have a lot to talk about next week, and maybe we can get Jason back on with us again, because
Indeed.
I'm sure he'll have a lot to talk about next week. All right. Take care, everyone.
All right, we're back, and I want to thank Mr. Blog and Gracie Lou. I'm sure that was a 5-star segment. Now it's time for next week on The Walking Dead.
Next week on The Walking Dead, it is the mid-season finale. So I can't believe it's already the mid-season finale, but then we have a little break. The name of the episode is Start to Finish, and the little descriptor that's not very descriptive is, after having a few moments of peace, a bigger threat faces the citizens of Alexandria, and this time it may be too big to defeat. And by the way,
A giant zombie.
Yeah, exactly. After having a few moments of peace, I mean, literally, they mean a few moments of peace. I mean,
like less than a day.
Less than a day.
Yeah, it's like 5 minutes.
It's directed by Michael Satrzemis, and it's written by Matthew Negrete. Both of them are a veteran director, veteran writer, and should be fun. So the next week on the Walking Dead previews, it looked like chaos was breaking out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just zombies everywhere.
Pretty much.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's called what? Start to Finish?
Start to Finish.
Okay. Neat. And you mentioned we're taking a little break. Hoping we can still podcast bi-weekly. You think we can work that out?
Possibly.
There's a couple of things that we've been asked for a lot. One is to review Exorcist.
Oh, yeah?
So
we've got to do it.
I'd love to do that. Also, Harry of Podcast Junkies, our newest podcast to the Podcast Network, he brought up this movie Old Boy. Have you ever heard of that? Korean?
No, I haven't.
I've heard of it. It's kind of a cult classic. It sounds really sick and twisted, but anyway, I told him I'd love to have him on and talk about it because Jenny's brought it up and other people. Maybe you could, if you aren't into it, you can take a break on that one, but it would be awesome for you to join us. I think, Harry's really cool, so it'd be fun.
Yeah. Oh, David loves any movie recommendation. He's into it, so he'll watch anything. So yeah, I will totally watch it.
Okay, cool. So that means it's $10 for the DVD and $5 for a digital download. So super cheap. It's fun. You can see me and Karen in there, and a bunch of other just voracious Walking Dead fans with tattoos and props that they've built and all kinds of crazy stuff. And that's at thewalkersamongus.com. Thewalkersamongus.com. And finally, Black Friday, another Black Friday one that's coming up. It's after Thanksgiving, right? So it'll happen before we do our next podcast. So this is like peak shopping season, of course, as you know, and you can really help support this podcast at no extra cost to you by using our Amazon link when you do your online shopping. Just go to our link, walkingdeadcast.com/Amazon, and then it'll send you to Amazon site, and then anything you order during that session will get a small cut of it, but it's the same cost that you normally pay. So, and if you want to